14 days left, officially 2 weeks left from The Last of Us Part 2, but the controversies are coming in from left and right because just recently Sony, Naughty Dog, The Last of Us Part 2 got hit with another accusation, so that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Now for the context, for those of you who are not aware, Naughty Dog and Sony recently shared a TV commercial for The Last of Us Part 2. First it was a few seconds, then it was an extended commercial, and in there was a cover that Ellie was singing, and I really liked it, just so we're transparent before we get to unbiased news.
I feel so extraordinary. Something's got a hold on me. This feeling of a sudden sense of liberty. I used to think that the day would never come. I see the light in the shade of the morning sun. My morning sun is the drug that brings me near to the childhood I lost, replaced by fear.
And I actually looked it up, but there was no mention of or credit or anything like that. At first I was like, okay, you know what, maybe they've already figured and cleared stuff behind the scenes. That's how these companies work either way. However, this happened just a few hours ago. IGN reporting The Last of Us Part 2 trailer accused of copying artist without permission. Yep, boys, a music artist has accused Naughty Dog of copying her cover of New Order's True Faith. That is the cover that Ellie was singing. I'll explain what's going on. It's confusing, I know, which features in a trailer for The Last of Us Part 2, the recent one. She tweeted on Twitter at Neil Druckmann at Naughty Dog, "Hey, are you aware that the True Faith cover you put in your Last of Us 2 trailer is a replica of my cover that came out 10 years ago? I wrote original parts not in the original song that are copied exactly by whoever covered it." Ashley Johnson, of course, she has a beautiful singing voice. I am heartbroken. Now, Lotte Kestner, a singer-songwriter, posted on Twitter a message for Naughty Dog and its vice president Neil Druckmann, pointing out that the cover of True Faith used in the trailer is a replica of her cover, which she released in 2011 on her album Stolen. "I wrote original parts not in the original song, but that are copied exactly by whoever covered it," she said. "I am heartbroken." To compare, it is worth listening Kestner's cover, the trailer, and the original New Order song. 3 minutes and 30 seconds into Kestner's version, there are some humming vocals that fit with the slower acoustic stylings of the cover. A similar vocal segment is sung by Ellie in the trailer at the 45 seconds mark. Importantly, the original New Order track, a piece of synth music, does not feature these humming-like vocals. It is this difference that has led Kestner to believe that the trailer has copied her version of the song. The legal status of this is murky. While currently unconfirmed, it is likely that the copyright permission for the trailer was sought from New Order rather than Lotte Kestner. So despite the song not being Kestner's original work, does she have any legal grounds over her arrangement? Now, if you are still confused over what's happening, New Order's True Faith, the original song, Kestner, she didn't actually wrote or sing the original song. She covered it, but in a different way. Her variety was different from the original song. You know how people do covers of the music? Now that cover that she did for the original song was covered by Ashley Johnson here in the new trailer. Now it is likely that Sony already saw the deal with the New Order and they got the permission to use it. However, Kestner here, she believes that she is heartbroken for the fact that Sony used her cover as a cover in a music way for the trailer, and that they shouldn't have done that, should have gave credit to her. Now, this is obviously a very tricky situation. None of us can actually say anything about this. Of course, when you're talking about covers and in the original songs, covers basically don't have legal rights to go against the original, but the originals have the legal rights to go against the covers. But here, it's a completely different story because we're talking about a cover of an original going against another cover of the original. But let's get back to it because there's more and it's actually really interesting. A similar case can be found from back in 2013 when Jonathan Colton, yes, the guy who wrote Portal Still Alive, found that his folky cover of Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby got back had been covered identically by the Fox TV show Glee. It's a very similar arrangement, right down to the banjo. When interviewed about it by Wired, Colton said, "Fox got in touch with my peeps to basically say that they're within their legal rights to do this. It seems that because of the compulsory license I purchased when I made the cover of this song, the arrangement itself is not protected under copyright, although it is the darkest gray of the gray areas of the law. While there may be some weird offshoot of the law, it doesn't explain something where a little guy could sue to get any satisfaction," he explained. It appears then that Kestner may be stuck fighting in a very unclear area of copyright law. So far, Naughty Dog has yet to respond publicly, and then of course IGN always reach out to Sony for the comment. Now personally, in my opinion, it is a very weird situation to be in, because I believe Kestner in this situation is going more for a should have given me the credit because you're using my variety of cover that I did, even though she didn't do the original, but Sony did use her style of cover of the original. It is a really confusing and messy situation out here. What do you believe, boys? Do you think that she has some legal grounds? Do you think that it is morally wrong for Sony to do that, or even any company to do that? Because this has been happening a lot. This is just one of many cases that got public light, and I haven't seen anyone else other than IGN or maybe one more covering this story, so who knows, boys. I'm not accusing anyone of anybody. I'm just out here reporting the news. I'm just the messenger. Don't hate the messenger. Hate the message if you want. Other than that, I will be reading your comments. Give me some insight on this situation legally as well as morally, because it's definitely gray in this specific area. Of course, we know legally she can't do much, but do you think that there should be a moral practice in these sorts of situations? I don't know, but 14 days left. Let's see each other with some positivity as we move forward for the release, and let's see each other on the next one.